Hello children, a big warm welcome to our channel Ammu and You, where Ammu is ever ready with stories to tell you. I love narrating stories and I believe that stories are such an integral part of our lives. As you all would be knowing that so far I have been narrating the epic of Mahabharata to you. I tried to bring you the wonderful story of Mahabharata so that you get a taste of it. You know what it is all about. And I did so in 8 weeks. Now that it is over, I have decided to narrate to you the stories from Indian mythology. Children, our country, India, is rich in its culture and heritage. It has oceans of knowledge and wisdom. So it's always so much beneficial for all of us to read those stories and to see the takeaways, the beautiful teachings that are still so relevant in today's life. Today, I have got a wonderful story named the Dhruva Tara. Dhruva Tara, the pole star, the north star. Have you seen Dhruva Tara in the sky, the pole star in the sky? It is the only star that never changes its position. It is immovable, unshakable, stationary, and is all the time shining, showing the direction to the people who have lost their ways, and it signifies the unshaken willpower and strength. So let us see that what is the story behind this pole star, north star, or Dhruva Tara. Long, long back, once upon a time, there was a kingdom that was ruled by a king named Uttanapada. Now, he had 2 queens. One was Suniti, who was the daughter of a tribal family, a tribal clan. And the other was Suruchi, who belonged to a royal family. Now, Suruchi was very proud of her royal background, her wealth, and also her beauty. Suniti was very beautiful too. At the same time, she was very humble, loving, and sweet. She had no pride, and she was always very humble and respectful towards everyone. With time, Suniti gave birth to a beautiful son, and they named the child as Dhruv. And after a while, or after some time, Suruchi gave birth to a baby boy also, and they named him as Uttam. Both of them were growing together, but Suruchi was not happy with them staying together in the palace. She knew that by practice and by the law of the land, Dhruv would be the rightful heir to the throne. He would become the king after Uttanpada was gone. But what did she want? She wanted her son Uttam to be the king after Uttanpada. So what could she do? She started thinking and she devised some evil plan. And by doing so, children, she never thought that she was ever doing anything wrong. She just thought that I want the throne for my son. That's it. And she then, executing the plan, she threw away Suniti from the palace. Suniti, when she was gone, she took her son Dhruv also along with her. And Suniti was, as I said before, a very humble person. She was not greedy. She had nothing to do with being the best queen or the chief queen or her son to be the king. She just wanted to live an honest and fair, truthful life. So she just went out of the palace with her son Dhruv and went to a hut in the forest and started living there, leading a simple life there. While bringing up her son Dhruv, she narrated all the wonderful stories from the past of the great sages that were there, the stories of gods, the stories of all the wonderful things in the world. And listening to so much of positivity and so much of value-based stories, Dhruv also grew up to be a very kind-hearted and virtuous boy. That is the power of listening to stories, children. Listen to the good stories that teach you, and you will learn. Automatically, you will be attracted towards the goodness in life. So coming back to the story, Dhruv started growing up to be a very good and virtuous child. Now, one day, there was a big celebration in the palace, and King Uttanapad sent a message that Suniti and Dhruv could come and be a part of that celebration. Suniti chose not to go, but Dhruv, he knew that Uttanapad was his father and he wanted to meet his father. And his only wish was to get some place in his father's heart. He wanted his father to love him. So he said to his mother, "Mother, I want to meet my father." Suniti had no objections. She said, "Yes, you may go and meet your father and come back." So Dhruv went to the palace, and there, as he was only interested in meeting his father, King Uttanapada, he went straight to him. He saw his brother Uttam sitting in his lap. King Uttanapad also saw Dhruv and called him to him. Seeing this, Suruchi, standing at the back, was not happy. She thought that this king should have no softness for this child. What if he asks him to come and stay? And again, the same problem will arise, that Dhruv would be made the successor to the king. So she just pulled him and threw him out of the palace. Now Dhruv was very sad. He went back to his mother and asked her that, "Mother, you always teach me such good things. You always teach me that the good is always rewarded and the evil is punished. Why I have the only wish to be loved by my father, and I am good, then why is my wish not being fulfilled?" So Suniti just smiled and said, "Child, I believe still in goodness. I have faith in goodness, and goodness always gets you the best of results. I do not think beyond this. I have no wish of you becoming the king or anything." So then Dhruv said, "Okay, fine. Then let me call out to God and see if he hears my prayers." Saying this, he found a place in the forest, deep in the forest, where there was complete solitude. And he sat under a big tree to meditate, to do tapasya. What is tapasya, children? Tapasya is only praying to God with full concentration, without being distracted by anything, even by any bodily needs. You just sit and pray, that's all. It's not easy. You require a very strong willpower to do that. You stop feeling hungry and thirsty. The mind becomes so strong. But that takes a lot of time and a lot of meditation and someone to show you the right way to do it. Now, because Dhruv's mother had taught him all the right ways, he sat for his tapasya. And soon, sage Narad, crossing by, saw him in deep meditation. He said, "Son, you are alone in this wild forest. It abounds in wild animals, fierce animals. What if some animal comes and gobbles you up? You will die." So Dhruv opened his eyes and, paying his respect to sage Narad, said, "Sage, I am blessed that you have come to me, but I have no fear of death. All I want is that God answers my prayer. I am a huge devotee of Lord Vishnu. I am only calling out to him." So then Narad Muni was very happy and he said, "Okay, in that case, chant Om Namo Narayanaha and you will see that Lord Vishnu will listen to you." Saying this, he vanished. Now our Dhruv started the chanting of Om Namo Narayanaha, and he kept on chanting for days, for nights, for weeks, for months. He lost any even a thought of time. He just kept on chanting the mantra. And Lord Vishnu was moved. He appeared before him. And Dhruv was so happy. He bowed in front of him and he said, "I'm so blessed that you have appeared in front of me. Yes, son, what is it that you want?" So to which Dhruv said, "I know that you are Almighty God and you know my wish. I just want you to fulfill that one wish of mine." Lord Vishnu smiled at him and said, "Of course, yes. I know you want a place in the heart of your father. That has already been granted. Your father is waiting for you to take you home. You will find him the moment you reach home. But I want to grant you something more than this, that people remember you for your goodness, for your determination, for your willpower, and for the love of your father forever. And people know you, that with a pure heart and meditation, any wish can be fulfilled. So after you die, you will live always in this universe as the Dhruva Tara. You will always be there in the sky to show the people the lost path, meaning the people who have lost their directions. In olden times, children, technology was not so advanced. People did not have compass and all to see which direction they are in. And many a time, sailors, travelers would lose their way. And then they would just look up in the sky at night to see where the pole star is. That would signify the direction of north. And in the daytime, they would know the direction from the sun rays, the tilt of the sun rays and shadows. Now, saying this, Lord Vishnu disappeared. And our Dhruv ran home. And lo, he saw his father, King Uttanapad, waiting for him there. He showed his respect, and King Uttanapad hugged him and said, "I want you and your mother to come with me to the palace right away. And he took both of them to the palace. Now, in the palace, he said that I want you to be my successor, the crown prince, and I want Suniti to be my chief queen. But Dhruv said, I don't want to be the king after you, father. All I want is your love and some place in your heart. I will be very happy to live with you, and so will be my mother. But please make my brother Uttamulli the king. I don't want to hurt him. I will always help him whenever in need. Seeing this selfless love, King Uttanpad was so happy. He took them back home to the palace. Suruchi was not happy, but hearing what Dhruv had said, she was quiet. Though in her heart, she was not very sure if that really would happen after King Uttanpad died. But she couldn't do anything because the king had brought Suniti and Dhruv back to the palace. Now they started living there, growing there, and once, to take part in a festival in a nearby village, Suruchi and her son Uttam were going to that village. And on their way, children, there was a flash flood, and both of them, along with their servants, were washed away, never to be found again. Never to be found again. So now there was no other option but for Dhruv to be the crown prince. After Uttanpad died, he ruled the kingdom for many years. The people were very happy with the just and fair rule of Dhruv. And after his death, he became Dhruva Tara, always staying there in the sky, shining brightly and always at one position, unshakable, immovable. This is the story of Dhruva Tara. So children, do you see that the good is always rewarded, whereas evil always has to pay its price? Look at what happened to Suruchi and Uttam. Even though Dhruv had assured that Uttam would be the king, Uttam would be the crown prince, still, for the evil thoughts and the evil deeds of the past, Suruchi and Uttam had to die. Such an unfortunate death they had to have. And Dhruv never wanted to be the king, but because of his good deeds, he had to be the king so that the subjects would get a good, fair, kind, honest king. The kingdom prospered so much and it became famous for the wonderful king that they had. So always the good prevails over the bad. So children, remember, always be good. Learn the determination of Dhruv. He never gave up. He kept on working hard. Now, tapasya also means working hard. You can do tapasya. You don't have to just sit and meditate for a tapasya. Tapasya actually means hard work, immense hard work. And if we do tapasya in whichever area we are, like if we are a student, let's work hard as best as we can. Happily, we will be rewarded. If we do best in sports, work hard, honestly, we will be rewarded. In anything that we do, we must do it with tapasya in mind. Many a times, children, we confuse tapasya by only meditation. No, children. Tapasya means a pure heart, hard work. That's all. And it always would yield results beyond your expectations. Okay? If you like the story, like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon to get all notifications from the channel. And wait again for me with another story from our rich Indian mythology. Tell the stories to others, your friends. Share it. Watch all the videos. Children, I keep on reminding you to watch and rewatch the videos so that they teach you not only lessons, they help you with your languages, your English, your Hindi, your way of expression, and no wonder you could become storytellers in your own way. You can start narrating stories and you will see how much you will enjoy them. Read books, love stories, and love Ammu. Come to her to listen to her stories. Okay? Because Ammu loves you a lot. Thank you, children, for listening to the story. See you again soon next week. Thank you.